So, are you one of those people lying awake at 3 a.m., just wondering what on earth happened to the amazing sleep you used to get? Well, you're definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to get into the real science of why menopause completely hijacks your sleep, and more importantly, what you can actually do to get your nights back.
I mean, does that hit close to home? This is probably one of the biggest frustrations for women in midlife. It's that feeling that your body has been hijacked and the simple, deep sleep you used to rely on has just vanished. This isn't just in your head, it is a very real shared experience.
And look, it's not just a feeling, the numbers are staggering. Nearly half of all women going through menopause report major problems with their sleep. So let's get this straight right now. This is not some kind of personal failure. It's a massive physiological shift that millions of women are going through.
Right, so let's get into it. We're calling this the 3 a.m. club for a reason because it is a real thing and it's rooted in your biology, not a lack of willpower. What's happening inside your body is real, it's measurable, and boy, does it have a ripple effect on pretty much everything.
The thing about poor sleep is that it doesn't just make you tired. Oh no, it's like a wrecking ball for everything else. That brain fog you're dealing with? Way worse without sleep. Those mood swings? They get so much more intense. It can even mess with your metabolism, make it harder to manage your weight, and tank your immune system. It's a vicious cycle that can feel totally overwhelming.
So, who are the masterminds behind this whole sleep heist? Well, it really all comes down to a hormonal hijack, led by two key players that have been running the show in your body for decades.
Okay, let's meet the two main culprits, progesterone and estrogen. Think of progesterone as your body's natural chill pill. It's like nature's sedative. It helps you drift off and stay asleep. So when it starts to decline, it's like your built-in sleeping pill just disappears. Then you've got estrogen. Estrogen is your internal thermostat and your mood manager. As its levels drop, you get those famous night sweats, and it can also mess with serotonin, which impacts both your mood and your sleep. And here's a really crucial point. It's not just about how many hours you're in bed, it's about the quality of that sleep. They call it your sleep architecture, the actual structure of your sleep cycles. And during menopause, that structure gets completely renovated and not in a good way. You end up with way less of that deep restorative REM and slow wave sleep. That's why you can clock 8 hours and still wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all.
But wait, there's more. While hormones are definitely the ringleaders, they don't work alone. They have a few partners in crime, other hidden culprits that come together to create the perfect storm for sleepless nights. Okay, so let's talk about that internal thermostat going completely haywire. Here's what's happening. As your estrogen drops, your body's comfort zone for temperature gets super narrow. So a tiny little shift in temperature that you wouldn't have even noticed before can now trigger a full-on 5-alarm hot flash that yanks you right out of a deep sleep.
You know that awful tired but wired feeling where you're exhausted but your mind is racing? Well, this is why. Cortisol, that's your stress hormone, is supposed to be nice and low at night. But the stress of, well, not sleeping, actually makes your body pump out more cortisol at night. And that higher cortisol level, you guessed it, makes it even harder to sleep. It is a truly frustrating loop.
And here's a hidden saboteur you might have never even thought of, your blood sugar. See, if you have a sugary snack or a big carb-heavy meal before bed, your blood sugar can spike and then crash a few hours later. Your body sees that crash as an emergency and releases cortisol and adrenaline to fix it. It's basically like a shot of espresso at 3 in the morning. All right, I know that was a lot of bad news, but let's shift gears because the good news is you are not powerless here. There are real, science-backed things you can do to tackle these issues head-on and finally, get a good night's sleep. First up, let's fight back against those night sweats. Creating a cool sleep cave is honestly non-negotiable. Get that bedroom temperature down between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Simple things like breathable cotton or bamboo sheets and moisture-wicking pajamas can be a game changer. And trust me, having a little fan on your nightstand is an absolute lifesaver. Okay, next on the list, let's deal with that midnight blood sugar crash we talked about. Making sure your dinner has plenty of protein and healthy fats will help keep your blood sugar nice and stable all night long. That means you gotta ditch the sugary snacks right before bed. And of course, the basics still matter. Cut off the caffeine after 2 p.m. and be really careful with alcohol because it can seriously disrupt the second half of your night's sleep.
Now, supplements can be a real game changer for some people, but, and this is a big but, you've got to talk to your doctor first, okay? Magnesium glycinate is a total rock star for calming the nervous system. L-theanine is great for relaxation without making you drowsy, and tart cherry is actually a natural source of melatonin.
We all know exercise is good for us, but it turns out when you exercise can be just as important, especially for your sleep. A good workout in the morning or early afternoon helps get that cortisol rhythm on the right track. High during the day, low at night. But a really intense workout too close to bedtime can just amp you up and make it harder to wind down.
Okay, so you might be thinking, this is a lot of information. Where do I even start? Don't worry, we've got you. We've put together a super simple 7-day action plan to help you get started without feeling totally overwhelmed. So here's how it breaks down. We're not trying to do everything at once. We're just taking it one day at a time. Day 1, just focus on making your bedroom cool and dark. Easy. Day 2, get some sunlight in the morning. By day 5, you're working on a consistent bedtime. See? Each little step builds on the last, creating small habits that can lead to huge improvements over time. Look, if there's one thing I want you to walk away with, it's this. You have power here. What you're going through is 100% real, it's physiological, but it is not a life sentence of bad sleep. You can take these steps, address the root causes, and actually change your nights for the better. When you understand what's happening inside your body and start using these strategies, you can make a huge difference. Your best sleep, and honestly, your best life, is still ahead of you. The only question is, are you ready to go get it?